And we are live. All right. Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all here to Las Vegas Motor Speedway here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we come back to you here live from the Press Sports Network. I am Alex Prime, and I'm here with a new commentator up here in the booth. But it is the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas. Yesterday, we saw a bit of a very weird race, let's just say that, like a little bit of like officialing manipulation a little bit on the half of the officials, but it ended up with Deshaun Jackson managing to get his first win in the Cedar Point Pro Series in just his third full-time start. Or second, I'm sorry. But now we go over to the Cup Series. And we're not going to waste any more time. We'll get started here with the starting lineup. So on the pole is the 21 of Chouinard. And his outside is your defending series champion, Pedro Sales, in the 43. A brand new scheme for him for today. And then it's 7-time Jimmie Johnson running one of his old schemes back from 2017. And his outside is the 18 of Ryan Moffitt. Then it's a 19 of Annabella Alberti and the 25 of Kiara Upston. Then it's the 32 of Jeanette Prime, and her outside is the 71 of Laura Janes. Then it's the 81 of Daniel Voiles, and the 77 of Outlaw. Then it's the 4 of Gianna, and the 6 of Georgia. And it's the 24 of Evelyn. Evelyn Mason, yes, sorry about that. And then the 98 of Gary and Gianna. Then it's the 47 of Chase Austin, and the 84 of Mark Games. Then it's the 92 of Nicholas, and the 35 of Caleb Pepperson. Sorry about that. Then it's the 89 of OBJ, and the 14 of Desiree Prime. I mean, not Desiree Prime. Desiree Hudson. My bad. My bad, chat. Then it's the 42 of Lucas Sales, also running a new paint scheme for his number 42 Dodge. And at his outside is the 41 of Liliana Storm. Then it's the 51 of Jackson Storm. Not like, Jackson Storm from Cars 3. This is Liliana's brother. And then to his outside is the 67 of Ollie running a Miller Lite scheme. I mean, he's a Brad Keselowski fan, so of course he'll want that. Then it's the 2 of Ryan Basilty and the 3 of Pins. Then it's the 07 of Light and the 53 of Hiroshi Fukushiki. Then it's the 86 of Takayumi Fujiwara and the 8 of hold on. I'm losing my thought here. And then the 8 of Joshua Neely. Then it's the 7 of Evan Reddick and the 15 of Ryan Little, this time now in his actual team's equipment with a new sponsor as well. Then it's the 10 of Maddie Jacoby and the 88 of Anna Sporks. Then it's the 79 of Katana Inori and the 17 of Car Guy. Looking at our final 3 rows, you have Leslie Jacoby in the 5 and Alex Prime in the 48. Then it's Noah Treason in the 49 and Sebastian Gawi Jr. in the 33. And rounding out the field is the 01 of Aria and the 28 of Priscilla Perez, both in new schemes. All right, 107 laps. Do we have any picks? Oh, hold on here. Why is Discord not cooperating with me? Oh, Sebastian is going for Noah Treason in the 49. Angel Diaz-Rado, do we have any picks? Oh, Angel's going for the pole sitter, Chouinard. Any more picks from the audience that I should be aware about, or is that all? Looks like that is all. So we're going to get going right here. Deshaun, you're not even racing in Cup anymore. You got to remember, you didn't re-sign yourself. You forgot about that? Deshaun, you missed out on Cup signups last season. Or like this season. You missed out. You're only racing in Cedar Point, man. You're only racing in Cedar Point. So next season, probably try to ask your team owner to go up into Cup. It's all right, man. But if you always want to like move up, just ask your team owner. So we're gonna get started right here in just a few minutes. Oh yeah, Deshaun, your team owner is now on the server. Just make sure to search up her name. She is in the She's the driver of the 14 in here, and the Cup. Yeah. All right. Well, we're about to get rolling right here. Well, this is going to be a very interesting start of this race right here, since you have Sean, who was one of your playoff drivers last season, came up short in the round of 8. And then you have the defending champ, Pedro Sales, who is outside running a Richard Petty paint scheme. As engines are now getting fired right here, but I'll definitely keep an eye on Jimmie Johnson back there behind Sean. Johnson knows how to win here at Las Vegas, so definitely don't count the 60 out of the equation. As the field gets rolling here. Well, this is going to be a pretty interesting development right here for Alex Albon Motorsports, in particular to the 21 of Chouinard. He has not had a good start to this season at Daytona. He struggled to find a lot of speed while we were doing preseason testing. But he seemed to have finally got the right car and possibly the right team for that 21 car. And then you have the 43 to his outside, Pedro Sales, trying to defend his title. He's got to race his way in, so we're definitely going to keep an eye on definitely a lot of these drivers who could try to get their way back in. And the pace car is in. It's on the 21 of the 43 to lead us to the green. And as we come into the restart zone for the first time, green flag's in the air. We're on our way at Las Vegas. Sean immediately gets the side draft off of Pedro Sales, but here comes Jimmie Johnson trying to get to the inside of the 43. Sean has secured the lead for now as he slips in to collect Pedro Sales. But here comes Jimmie Johnson to the inside of the 43. Yeah, I'm aware the stream is laggy. It happens a lot when I'm streaming. So yeah, I'm aware about the laggy stream. Jimmie Johnson secures second for now. Here comes Jeanette Brown to the inside of the 19. That's for third right there. You see Sean and Johnson trying to pull away. As here comes Pedro Sales right back up into the fold, trying to catch up to his teammate, getting pushed by Daniel Boyles, but now he slides up to try to get to the 19. But that opens the door for Daniel Boyles, who has help from Evelyn Mason on the 24. As Annabella kind of slides out of line. You see Nicholas right there in the 92 making his way up. And we got a wreck in the back. I saw some smoke in the back. Looks like we might have a wreck as Brian Badley merges back up into the field. The caution is out. And it looks like that involved the 18 of Ryan Moffitt and the 51 of Jackson Storm. All right, let's go back here and see what happened. So you see right here, you see how high the 18 was on the top side of the track. So as we come out of turn 2, you see he gets into the wall, gets into Chase Austin, and then into the 51 and the 2. Ooh, great job by Ryan Basilty there not to get further collected into that. But first caution of the day on lap 3. As Sean Ard still your leader. And looks like we're gonna have our first round of pit stops. Oh shoot, wrong button. I hit the wrong button. There we go. So you see the field rolling on a pit road. But yeah, if some of y'all are... Oh, and the 35 must have missed pit road. She just darted down. But for anybody watching on Perez Sports Network, if you are aware, this is currently being streamed live at the same time as the Electric Racing Tour's Maverick E-Truck Series. They are currently racing at... let me double check. They are currently racing... in Richmond. In like Richmond... Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. They are racing in Rockingham. So if you can always switch between the Six Flags Cup Series as well as the Maverick E-Truck Series. But later on the Perez Sports Network, we will see the ERT Hankook E-Cup Series race at Rockingham. So be sure to tune into that if you are watching here from the Perez Sports Network, as it will only be streamed exclusively here on Perez Sports Network, your home of the Electric Racing Tour and the Six Flags NR League. Nicholas opted to stay out as Annabella wins the race off pit road, followed by Sean Ard, Jimmy Johnson, Jeanette Prime, and Daniel Voiles. So interesting move right here from the 92. He's looking to get his first win already in just his second start. And always trying to get me to hop in IDK. I'm not hopping in there right now. I'm doing this. So it looks like it'll just be me on here in the booth for right now. As we are going green this time, Nicholas will be your leader, followed by Annabella Alberti, Sean Ard, Jimmy Johnson, and Jeanette Prime in the top 5. And then Daniel Voiles, Gianna, Leslie Jacoby, OBJ, and Light will round out your top 10. As we go for the restart on lap 7. And I keep getting pinged in IDK. Oh my god. And they're doing the All-Star race, but I can't be bothered by that right now. Okay, so here we go. Nicholas on the inside, Annabella on the outside. Toyota versus Pontiac. Thought I'll never have to say that. And the pace car is in. It's on the 92 and the 19 to lead us back to the green flag. Oops, sorry about that being really early. And as we come back out of the restart zone, green flag. Equal start from both the 92 and the 19, but looks like the 92 is going to get the edge right here into turn 1. Sean's going to quickly follow the 92 with help from the 32. See, the high line is starting to struggle just a little bit, as Annabella and Nicholas will both secure the top 2 spots. You see Jimmy Johnson trying to fight on the high side, but that looks like that's not going to work out for the 7-time champ, as Gianna will slip into 5th. And now here comes OBJ to the inside of the 4. And he's going to try to get help from Laura James in the 71. And there's Priscilla Perez making her first starts in the 28 for Paulding Motorsports. That's Gianna's teammate right there in the number 28 WWE Chevrolet. But she is under threat right there from the 35 of Kayla Pepperson. If you were watching... Oh! And a bit of a shake-up there. You see Leslie just door slam the 77 of Outlaw, but they'll keep it straight. As they're 3 wide in the back, and now separate fields have now formed, but that was really close between the 5 and the 77, so I'm glad that did not devolve. Johnson almost got into Chase Austin in the 47 as he's trying to stay behind Lucas Sales in the 42. You see Priscilla stuck on the high side. And she's going to get passed by the 42s. Now the 42 is going to try to get by the 79. And now here comes Jeanette Brown to the inside of Chouinard. And she will take third away from the 21. And she's got her teammate and team owner, the 89 of OBJ, right behind. But now Annabella's still keeping up with the 92 and Nicholas. So far, Nick's been the car to beat so far after the restart. But that may change as Sean immediately moves the 32 out the way. Sean is eager to get one of his first top fives or top threes of the season. Right now, Alberti's still pushing Nicholas right now. No run yet for the 19. Sean will get by both the 32 and the 89 there for third, as OBJ's going to slip into fourth and nearly three wider. They see the 32 gets a little loose after a little bit of help there from the 71 of Laura Janes. And that allowed the 35 of Kayla Peppersman and the 4 of Gianna to take advantage. And see the 4 just slip by. There's the 25 of Kiara Upson. That's the 71's teammate. She took the air off the 71, made the 71 go into the wall, and looks like the caution is out. Is the caution out? Oh yeah, caution is out. There's a wreck on the front stretch, and it's the 51 of Jackson Storm. All right, let's go back here and see what happened to the 51. Ooh, a bit of a brutal wreck right here coming out of turn 4. And this all happened in the second pack. So we're going to watch right here. So you see up there, you see the 07. Yeah, you see up there, the wreck starts up there. You see Ollie gets collected. Ooh, good job by Mark avoiding that. As you see right there, also the 14 and the 01 follow the 6 down on the apron. But looks like it's something happened. And then you see Pins right there just takes out his teammate. I don't know if there's any prior beef that was exchanged between Pins and Anna Sporks, but we're going to have to see here. So you see Ollie gets a run here off of turn 4, gets into the 86, and then that causes him to spin out. And then the 86 comes out on the 7 and the 18. And that's what's caused Ollie to go around. Now we saw the wreck back there. You see Jackson just slams into the 67 after getting into the 48 of Alex Prime. Tough luck for the 67 of Ollie already early into this season. As Nicholas leads him on pit road. No drivers are going to stay out. Everybody's going to come in. It looks like one driver is going to stay out. And I think that's the 41 of Liliana Storm. And yes, it is. It is the 41. The 41 will stay out. You see the 18 stay is practically done. As he's going to pull his number 18 Chevrolet into the garage. Good stop right there from Annabella Alberti, but looks like a Nicholas will win the race off pit road, followed by Ollie, Annabella, OB, and Kiara. But don't forget, the 67 is technically a lap car. So you got to take that into consideration for this restart, since the 67 is going to have to drop to the back and allow the leaders to get by him. So far, the 92's been the car to beat so far early into the South Point 400. The Wyoming native here looking to get his first win in just his second Six Flags Cup Series start. Being one of the only Toyotas in the field, along with Light and Gary Indiana. Our only 3 Toyotas in this field. We had 4 Toyotas last season, but after Slayer Racing did not re-sign all of their drivers. Oh, hello, Sean. Touch. Yeah, there it is. There's the touch. As we're going green this time, as always going to drop to the rear of the field. Everybody else is going to go around him. Oh, classic Sean. But now, now we know that the leaders have pitted and they got fresh tires, they got fresh fuel into their fuel tanks. But now, how is Nicholas going to hold off Alberti, OB, and and a couple other drivers behind him. You see Comet Motorsports already going strong in the late run. But it seems like they've just been perfecting their pit stops through the first 2 cautions. So here we go. Nicholas on the inside, Annabella on the outside. Same front row, but different back rows. That you see, we have like 3 Dodges all under a blanket. Those are all Comet Motorsports cars. The 89, the 32, and the 42. But we saw Pedro Sales fall to the back in the 43. But he could not be that far. As the pace car's in, it's on the 92 and the 19. As we come back into the restart zone. Green flag. And a good restart for Annabella Alberti, but she can't clear the 92. Nicholas already immediately to Annabella's inside. Side by side for the lead out of turn 2. Obi's gonna try to push the 92, but now he goes up. The 19's gonna take the lead briefly, but here comes the 92 with a send on the 19. And you see Jeanette Prime there getting help from the Perez twins as we got wrecked at the back. The 79 gets into the wall, and he could collect the field. Caution is out again. And that collected the 67, the 98, and the 71. Looks like that will end Ollie's day early on lap 17. As let's go back here and see what happened to the 79 of Katana Inori. So you see, he's drafting up here on the high side. He's trying to keep with Car Guy in the 17. You see Car Guy try to go for a 3-wide pass on Johnson and Lucas. But then Lucas gets into the wall, gets into the 79, and then that turns him. You see the field stacks up right there, but good job by the Pontiacs on the high side not to force Chase Austin to get collected. And you see there were nowhere to go for the 98 of Gary and Gianna. Also nowhere to go for the 67 of Ollie. So that will end Ollie's day early here at Las Vegas. As the field's once again going to come down pit road, I guess for adjustments. And once again, it was the 92 of Nicholas Leatham on the pit road. Nicholas Sokar, the car to beat in the early portion of this race, but we still got a long way to go. See, it looks like they just did a check on the car, and he is away. You see heavy damage right there to the 77 of Outlaw. His day most certainly will be done. As Nicholas won the race off pit road, followed by Jeanette Prime, Priscilla, Kiara, and Gianna. As looks like one car stayed out. That's the 24 of Evelyn. Evelyn Mason in the 24. In her Tempo Storm from Motorsports Chevrolet. But really good pit stops for the Perez twins here, the 28 and the 4. They both drive for the same team, Paulding Motorsports. But so far, good day so far for both Priscilla and Gianna. As right now, the only car separating both the 28 and the 4 is the Tempo Storm number 25 of Kiara Upston in her Fanta Chevrolet. Nicholas still your race leader as Sebastian Galway Jr.'s got a tire down. As Boyles is out of the race, as well as the 98s, the 67, 84, 18, 07, 86, and 51 are all done. Where's the... Hold on. I need to find out where Sebastian Galway Jr. is. Oh, there he is on pit road. Looks like they're trying to... So it looks like they replaced the tire on the 33, as well as get some of that damage fixed, so... Looks like Galloway will continue to go, but I think he might be a lap down. Unless he will stay on the lead lap. It looks like, yeah, he will stay on the lead lap, so... Kind of a big saving grace there for the 33 team for PPI Motorsports. And his teammate Ryan Little's also been doing pretty well as well. But he has fallen to the middle of the pack. You see, there's the 15 in his Interstate Batteries Pontiac. As we are going green this time, Nicholas going to have the preferred lane on the high side, so the 32 is going to have to get a good jump on the 92 if she wants to take the lead. So here we go. Nicholas on the inside, Jeanette on the outside. And it looks like Nicholas is going to have help from the Perez twins on the bottom. You see the 28 and the 4 both on the bottom. So it looks like we may see a little bit of ERT help here But I don't know if Priscilla or Gianna are going to help Nicholas, but we're going to have to see that. As the pace car is in, it's on the 92 and the 32. As here they come out of the restart zone. Green flag. And a great restart for the 25 of Kiara Upson. She will push the 32 to the lead. Nicholas is going to fight the 25 here on the bottom. The 32 secures the lead. Priscilla trying to help out the 92 on the bottom. You see, Gianna goes to the high side, ditches her teammate. And looks like that will allow the 24 Evelyn to scooch in there. As the 24 hits on pit road, a couple guys in the wall. The 32 trying to run away. Priscilla gets clear of the 25 for third. Nicholas and Priscilla trying to hunt down the 32. One of the most winningest cars from last season. It just fell short in the playoffs, though. Jeanette Prime in the 32 did make the playoffs. Was one of the most dominant cars from last season's regular season, but unfortunately fell out in the playoffs, leading to a round of 12 elimination. And caution is out again. And we got a wreck up here, as looks like Neely just turns the 89 and the 14. Ooh, and a really good avoidance out there from Pedro Sales. He nearly rear-ended the 10. Maddie Jacoby as she was slowing down for the 89. Well, let's go back and see what happened right here. So here was when the moment of caution might have... Yeah, so right here, this was the moment of caution. You see right there, Pedro Sales was coming out of pit road. Oh, no, he was the reason we had the caution. So Pedro Sales in the 43. So let's see what happened here. So you see some guys stuck on the high side, and then Ryan got tapped right there by the 10, and that led to Pedro Sales getting turned, and the 2 just slams the inside wall. But Pedro just did a really good job keeping the car off the wall. It looks like his luck is already starting to get tough. As field comes down pit road again. Led by the 32, Jeanette Prime. I think there might be something wrong with the stream. Hold on. Oh, oh, okay, it's still going. Okay, hold on. What was Gianna trying to say? I think it's because of the bad pull. Oh, okay, so apparently when the caution with Pedro Sales struck, there was also a caution in the Maverick E truck race at Rockingham, which you can watch live on Perez Sports Network. But look at these really fast pit stops from some of these guys in the back, as Liliana once again stays out. But Nicholas will win the race off pit road, followed by Caleb Peppersman, Priscilla, Alex Prime, and Sean. But what a surprise to see the 48 actually get a good pit stop. Really good job from the 48 team. As looks like no other cars will DNF from that wreck. As there's Liliana, I believe, is a lap down. No, the 24 is, 41's a lap down, but she will get the free pass as she comes onto pit road. So Nicholas will assume the lead of the race. Oh, hello there, car guy. But Nicholas, so far, one of the most dominant Toyotas in the field. He has led the most laps so far in this race. As you see, the 43 there is off of pit road, barely avoids going another lap down. He's going to have to join up. He's going to have to be quick if he wants to join up with the rest of the field in the back. But Kayla Peppersman trying to go back-to-back in the Six Flags Cup Series. She won the Six Flags 500 last week, which you can watch here on Perez Sports Network. And we got some Chevys up here that we know have been strong, like Priscilla in her number 28. She has been strong. But we haven't seen much out of the 48. Alex has just not had the car. But his pit team has got his 48 close out to the front. And here we go. Caleb Peppersman on the outside. Nicholas on the inside. All right. I was just looking at something Gianna was just saying to me. And the pace car is in. It's on the 92 and the 35 to lead us to the green. Priscilla and Alex in row 2. Sean and Annabella in row 3. Green flag's back in the air. And a great jump from the outside lane. Kayla's already going to clear the 92 on the high side. The 48 tried to clear, but just didn't have enough room. Here comes the 92 on the bottom. Well, look at the run the 48 has got right here out of turn 2. What a run by the 48. But the 92 is going to fight back side by side for second. Priscilla trying to give the help to the 92, but he's going to ditch him. 3 wide for second. Here comes Priscilla up to second. Nicholas trying to stay out ahead. A little contact there between the 92 and 28. Sean goes down to help Priscilla. Aria's also made her way up in the 0-1. The 48 was forced to drop back, stuck on the high side. Priscilla gets clear of the 92 for second. As here comes Sean with help from Aria. We haven't seen much out of the 0-1 team so far into this race. Now Priscilla trying to track down the 35 of Kayla Peppersman, who was pulled away after the entire 3-wide shenanigan for second that she fought with Nicholas and Alex Prime. Priscilla looking to get her first win. Sean trailing her in third. Getting followed by Aria in the 0-1 there in fourth. And Nicholas is able to slip into sixth. I believe that's fifth. Yeah, that's fifth for the 92. Right now, he's currently trailing Aria in the 0-1. The gap is slowly shrinking between the 35 and the 28. The 28 here has help from the 21 of Shawnard, your pole sitter. Sean has made an excellent recovery, getting back into the top 5. Oh, and Aria almost screwed up turn 4 right there. That could have allowed Nicholas to make the pass on her. But right now, that 0-1 is trying to hold on. As here comes Sean to the inside of Priscilla. He moves Priscilla up. As Nicholas goes to the inside of Aria, as here comes Ryan Little in the 15. Ryan Little trying to get help to the 0-1, but looks like that's not going to work. Nicholas has the stronger car on the bottom as Pins and Kiara caught up, as Nicholas will clear the 0-1 there for fourth. But now, when is Ryan Little going to make his run? And he's got another run on Priscilla. What a run for the 92 team. And Sean was able to slip into second, taking second away from Priscilla. Nicholas will clear the 28 here for third. Here comes Aria to the inside, her teammate. As here comes Ryan Little with help from Pins. And there's a battle going on behind these two. There was a battle, yeah, you see the battle right there between Evan Reddick and Alex Prime. Evan Reddick will get the upper hand over the 48 as here comes the 24 with help from her teammate. Looks like some of Mark's guys are just trying to still trying to find their groove. As Aria now joins her teammate on the high side, allows Ryan Little and Pins to take the positions from them. And I guess Aria and Priscilla are just trying to bide their time. Just wait for the right moment to make a move. As here comes Priscilla to the inside of her teammate. As here comes Evan Reddick with Alex Prime in tow. Side by side right here for sixth. Priscilla looks like she'll have the edge over her teammate. As Pins puts the pressure on Ryan Little to the inside right there. That's for fourth. Priscilla gets clear of her teammate. But Aria couldn't block her team on her. Here comes Alex Prime on the 48 to the inside. With Chase Austin and Joshua Neely in tow. Evan Reddick almost got into the wall. He got a little help right there from Evelyn Mason in the 24. 3 wide right there. Here comes Chase Austin. Contact between the 47 and 48. That moves him up the track. The 0-1, I believe, almost got into one. Now she's in the wall. Priscilla is now caught up to the 3 and the 15. Who does she go with? Pins looks like he has the upper hand on the high side. Ryan Little's going to continue to fight on the inside. You see Joshua Neely going to the inside of Chase Austin. And Priscilla takes the high lane right here. Interesting move right there from the 28. As here comes Nicholas to the inside of Chouinard. Caleb Peppersman so far the car to beat after that last restart. As these two are going to battle for second, they may only furthen the gap between the 35 and the 92 and the 21. But Nicholas quickly clears the 21 of Chouinard for second, as Pins is starting to close him in. And looks like Priscilla had to drop back trying to get help from the 8 of Joshua Neely. But Neely's going to quickly go to her inside. Quick move right there from the 8 of Joshua Neely. As he goes to the inside of Priscilla, and he will clear the 28 there for 6th. As now she's in the clutches of the 7, 47, and 6. As Georgia Hart's trying to get out to her teammate, which is the 3 of Pins and the 8 of Joshua Neely. The gap has widened a little bit between the 35 and the 92. As right now Nicholas trying to make sure Sean does not try to make a move on him. But Sean is not really willing to work with the 92 as we saw earlier. So he's going to have to watch. Here comes Sean to the inside of Nicholas as he's going to get help from the 3 of Pins. He's getting help from the car that he used to drive last season. He managed to get a win at Michigan on, ironically, his team owner's birthday, which was a good birthday present there from Mark Games. And Pins almost put the 92 into the wall, and that allowed Sean to pull away a little bit from the 92. As here comes Ryan Little trying to make an attack on Pins, and he moves him up the track. What an aggressive move right there by Ryan Little. But Pins is going to have the upper hand on him down the backstretch, so he is forced to concede. As now he falls into the clutches of Joshua Neely as he comes to the inside. You see Priscilla back there in the 28 just biding her time. Not sure when to make the run yet on the 8. Or the 15 for that matter. Basically the 15 now. As there's a battle going on between Georgia Hartz and Evan Reddick. Evan Reddick right there for High Voltage Motorsports. Georgia Hartz there for Mark Motorsports. As the 7's got to clear the 6 right there. That is for 9th. As you see Alex Prime and Gianna right there. Look at this. Pedro Sales. He has made an excellent comeback. He has worked his way into the top 15. He's now in the clutches of the top 10 as he passes his teammate. But he was forced to go to the high side as his car got a little loose there off of turn 2. As now he's going to have to try to catch up to the 4 of Gianna. As Gianna trying to trailer her team owner, Alex Prime, right there in the 48. And now comes the question. What is Gianna going to do if she catches up to the 48 or when the 43 catches up to her? As you saw, the 43 was the reason for that last caution after getting spun out on the backstretch. Back out close to the front, you see Neely now making the move on the 92. Forces him to go up high. You see the gap has basically shrunk right there between the 35 and the 21. It shrunk down to about 0.3 seconds. Sean just catching that 35 of Caleb Peppersman as he finally managed to get his groove and keep the car behind him in check, which is the 3 of Pins in the car that he drove last season. He was in the 3 from Mark Motorsports last season before making his return to Alex Alway Motorsports to drive the 21. That's a courtesy of team owner Alex Prime, who, as John is familiar in the 21. As now here comes Pins to the inside of the 21. Quick move right there from Pins. Pins couldn't quite clear the 21. It looks like he might clear him in turn 3. Yes, he will. Pins up to second. Joshua Neely now has caught up to the front 3. Oh, and Priscilla tags the outside wall. I guess she was trying to make a pass on the 7 on the high side, but that just did not work. As here comes Georgia Hartz on Priscilla. Evan Reddick quickly made the move on the 92 of Nicholas right there. Seems like Nicholas' early speed has drawn to a halt, as he is now dropping back. He's now in the top 10. As Priscilla tries to give him a little push, trying to keep him ahead of the 6 of Georgia Hartz. And here comes the 48 of Alex Prime. He is now caught up. And I think soon enough we will have green flag pit stops, so that's something we're gonna have to watch out for, is when these guys will come onto pit road. We are nearing the fuel window. And Pins has caught up to Caleb Peppersman. This could be the battle for the lead here between Pins and Caleb Peppersman. But now the question is, when will Pins make the move on the 35? He's already putting pressure on the 35. See there, he's right there on the back bumper of the 35. See Pins trying to bide his time, trying to make sure the 35 makes a mistake. But no, he's going to stay in line behind the 35 and just wait for the right time to strike. As he is just biding his time, just waiting for the 35 to either make a mistake or have the run that he needs, as Joshua Neely in the 8 was able to slip up in the 3rd. Pins still keeping behind the 35 of Caleb Peppersman. Joshua Neely in the 8, trying to catch up to his teammate. As there's Ryan Little right there trying to hold off Chase Austin while running in 4th. He is also catching the 8 of Joshua Neely. As looks like Alex Prime back there has a run on Georgia Hartz. Yes, he does. But Georgia quickly gets that run to the high side. But Alex is not going to give up, as here comes Priscilla with help from Pedro Sales. Sales just trying to get back up to the front. You see Georgia still trying to fight, and he puts the pressure to Priscilla, makes her go to the high side. Alex Prime will slip by the 6 right there, up into 9th. And now here goes Pedro Sales. He's got to try to contend to get into the top 10. Comet Motorsports still as strong as ever from their championship run last season. Here comes Pedro Sales to the inside. Pedro Sales quick on the 6, and he's going to get followed by Priscilla Perez. As the 43 makes it into the top 10, here comes Priscilla for 11th. John now falls back into the clutches of Nicholas there in the 92, who was faintly holding on to 8th after they lost a lot of positioning. And up front, the 3 of Pins has taken the lead away from the 35, as looks like we got our first round of pit stops. The 71 of Laura James on pit road. Pins trying to run away with the lead now. Joshua Neely putting pressure on Caleb Peppersman. He's looking to the inside there a little bit. There he goes. He's looking on the inside of the 35. But he bides his time, dropping back behind the 35 to see if he can try to make that run on the 35 when the time is right. As you see right there, there's the run from the 8. Neely to the inside of Peppersman. Side by side for second. Joshua Neely quick on the 35. Neely got the side draft off the 35 there into turn 3. She tries to make the run, but no, Neely quicker on the gas as she has to come down pit road. As looks like Mark's drivers in both Mark Motorsports and Tempo Storm Motorsports 1-2 up here in Las Vegas. As green flag pit stops continue to go on, you see most of the field has come down pit road. That is most of the field there on pit road. As here comes Pins on the pit road, and he's followed by his teammate and Evan Ruddick right there. There's the 4 of Gianna. As she comes on the pit road, and she's going to get followed by the 10, the 60, and looks like Ryan basically just came out of pit road, as also followed by Liliana Storm. As there's Sean Ard there off of pit road. Sean's pit crew was really quick on the jackhammer, and they have got his car out quickly ahead of the 92. It's a great pit stop there from the 21 team. As there's the rest of the field, they're off of pit road. As we continue to look, you see some damage repairs are going on some of the drivers on pit road. There's Chase Austin right there to the inside of Sean Ard, but Sean, who was already on the track, he's going to try to make quick work of Chase Austin, but Austin's going to have the run, and he's in the wall. Sean Ard harder to the outside wall. Nicholas is going to power by him. But Nicholas tried to send it on Chase Austin, but that did not work. And he's still trying to get to the outside as Alex will pass his teammate. As looks like that damage has slowed down Sean significantly. As they called up to the 8 of Joshua Neely. But it looks like Ryan Little has assumed the lead in the 15. PPI for the first time out in front here in Las Vegas. As looks like Ryan Little is one of their best drivers currently in this very long green flag run. As Little quick to the outside of Liliana Storm and passes her with ease and being followed by Pins. But Pins got held up a little bit right there by Liliana Storm. Ryan Little continuing, trying to pull away from the 3 of Pins and the 8 of Joshua Neely. You see the gap is almost about half a car length. It's almost about like half a second between the 15 and the 3. The 3 was able to get by the 41. As Ryan Little is catching up to the 42 of Lucas Sales. But right now, Ryan Little just driving his number 15 Pontiac as far as it could take him. He knows he wants to get his first win in the Six Flags Cup Series, get the first win ever for PPI Motorsports. And I definitely think he will definitely try to be making team owner Sebastian Galloway Jr. proud, as he is clearly showing the class of the field right now. And he has caught up to Lucas Sales. One of the lap cars, you see, he's got damage right there to the driver's side of his 42 Dodge Charger. Pins is trying to close the gap to Ryan Little there. You see, he is trying. But with the 15 in the drop to the 42, I don't think that will be happening for much longer, as here comes Ryan Little to the inside of Lucas Sales. The gap is closing slowly between the 15 and the 3. Now it looks like we got battles back there for position further back, but you see the biggest loser out of them all was definitely Kayla Peppersmith. She was running second and in the lead quite a couple times, but she has now fallen all the way down to 8th, barely scraping in the top 10. So tough luck there for Kayla Peppersmith. She's got to work hard if she wants to repeat her Daytona win. Pins quickly looking on the 42. He moves the 42 up. As we'll continue to look right here on Ryan Little. As we'll take a look right here from your spectator camera, planted right here on the grandstands here on the front stretch. As looks like the Maverick E-Truck Series has came to a close. So for anybody tuning in from the Maverick E-Truck Series, welcome right here to the Six Flags Cup Series. Live right here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400. Your leader is currently Ryan Little in the 15 after a round of pit stops. After we had a caution-filled first few laps, the field has managed to organize, and the 15 of Ryan Little has managed to get the lead after the first round of green flag pit stops, and he's being trailed by the 3 of Pins. As you see right there, they make the pass on the 79, and you see Joshua Neely back there in the 8 car. He is caught up to the front too, and Nicholas is also slowly catching up. And if y'all curious, yes, that is the same Nicholas who owns ERT, if you are curious. Neely quickly gets by the 2 lap cars. Very quick move right there from Joshua Neely. And now Pins has caught up to Ryan Little. When will Pins make the move and retake the lead? Pins has showed he has the speed here at Las Vegas. See right there, no move yet from the 3 of Pins. He is waiting for his teammate, the 8 of Joshua Neely, looking to get his second win of his career. He won he had won the second Michigan race last season. So pretty good win right there for Joshua Neely. He needed that win going into next season. And now Pins on the attack on Ryan Little. He goes to the inside. Side by side for the lead out of turn 4. Ryan Little leads that lap, but Pins, he is quick on the 15. And he'll get help from his teammate on the bottom. Joshua Neely trying to push the 3 out front. And they will get by Ryan Little. The 3 back out in front here at Las Vegas. Neely up to second. Very dominant showing right here from Mark's 2 teams today, Tempo Storm and Mark Motorsports. They have been showing the way later into this race, and here comes Neely to the inside of his technical teammate. And Neely looks like he's going to take the lead away from his teammate. Yes, he will. Neely out front at Las Vegas. And Ryan Little looks like he's going to try to pass the 3 while the 3 is at a moment of weakness. And there he goes. He's going to get help from the 42 who's trying to get back on the lead lap. And Nicholas is now caught up to the front 3. It is now a 4-car battle right here for the top spots. And you see Evan Reddick back there in the 7, soon to try to make it 5 cars as he's trying to get around the lap car, the 41 of Liliana Storm. As there's Chase Austin back there in the 47, being trailed right there by the 21 of Chouinard. They are slowly rebuilding their way back up. As here comes Nicholas to the inside of Pins for 3rd. Nicholas's car seems to have recovered quite a bit. He is now in the top 5. You'll throw the block right there on Lucas Sales. But Lucas, he's going to quickly move him up the track. Lucas Sales, one of the lap cars, trying to fight to get his lap back. As Evan Reddick is now caught up, as he's going to go to the inside of 92 right there. That'll be for 4th. And he's got help from Liliana Storm in the 41. The 8 continues to lead. He has a good gap between himself and Ryan Little. But that gap could close if you are not careful. As Chase Austin out of the inside of Nicholas right there for 5th. And looks like he will take it. Chase Austin now in the top 5. As we'll take a look back at the back of the field. As you see there, there's Caleb Peppersman there in the 35, being trailed by Car Guy in the 17. Car Guy, he's just not had the start of the season that he wanted, but Looks like he has managed to fully get his car back into the consistency we've seen last season out of him. Now Car Guy now looking to get his first Cup win in just his second full-time season. And you see Pedro Sales right there helping his teammate. That is Jeanette Prime there in the 32. The Comet Motorsports teammates trying to work it out. And they're trying to close up to Car Guy. You see the 43 trying to stay behind the 32, but the 32 seems to be really loose right here coming out of turn 4. Almost into the wall. As here comes Pedro Sales to the inside of his teammate for 10th. And now Pedro Sales back up into the top 10, but he slides up trying to collect his teammate, trying to make sure she doesn't get passed by Hiroji Fujisaki back in the 53, one of our Champ 4 runner-ups from last season. Car Guy slowly reeling in the 35 of Caleb Peppersman. Peppersman really in trouble here now since Car Guy has a stronger floor than her Pontiac. And further back, the Comet Motorsports teammates are going to duke it out again for 10th. Pedro Sales needs to have the better out of his teammate going into turn 3. Yes, he will. He will hold on to 10th over his teammate. Alex Prime is now caught up to the 53. You see the right side damage right there to the 48 after he impaled the outside wall. As we look further back up, you see the pack is starting to get more spread out again. Josh Neely continues to hold on. Pins managed to get second away from Ryan Little. But here comes the question, when is the next pit cycle going to strike? How long can these guys continue to run on this compound, on this strategy? Will we see Josh Neely trying to stretch it out until he has to come in? Or is he going to play it safe and his team and his spotter is going to call his driver on the pit road and get him some 4 fresh Goodyear tires and some fresh Sunoco, and get some more Sunoco fuel into that tank? But right now, his teammate Pin slowly closing him in. I want to say, if Mark was watching this right now, I'm pretty sure he would have been proud of his drivers right now. He would have certainly been proud. Since Tempo Storm is a brand new team that took over Santee Motorsports. And basically, he has basically find some pretty good talents to his roster. And that also included the 8 right there of Joshua Neely, who won the second Michigan race last season, as well as the 3 of Pins, a 7-time, now 8, I'm pretty sure 7, 8, or 9-time Double X Cup Series winner. Little is really reeling in the 3 of Pins, and Evan Reddick is now under threat from the lap cars behind him, the 41, putting pressure on Evan Reddick as he's trying to close in the front 3. As we're coming up to lap 80 out of 107, we are well past the halfway point, so anything can happen. Josh Neely continuing to lead right here. And you see Nicholas was able to pull away right there from the 47 of Chase Austin. The gap between the front pack and the second pack is still about 2 seconds, but Car Guy has reeled in the 35 of Caleb Peppersman. Car Guy trying to bide his time on the 35, just like how Pins was able to pass the 35. He is biding his time, just waiting for the right moment. If the 35 screws up, or if he gets a run, then he can get under the 35. Because the bottom lane is the lane to go here in Las Vegas. There's Shawnard, your pole sitter, currently running 7th. Good top 10 run so far for the 21. But he did get some side damage after he impacted the outside wall quite hard. Chase Austin reeling in the 92, trying to get back into the top 5. But these lap cars are forming a bit of a buffer, as now Pins will take the lead away from his teammate, as here comes Ryan Little for second. And they have caught up to the 19 of Annabella Alberti, and looks like we got another round of green flag pit stops as Sean comes in, as well as Ryan Basilty and Alex Prime. So this is interesting right here. Second round of green flag pit stops. So we're going to have to see when these guys are going to come into pit road. But don't forget, if a caution comes out while they are on pit road, that could screw over quite a couple of drivers, notably the leaders, as they're going to have to come in, but everybody else will have fresh tires, so they will not have the need to go down pit road. Josh Neely quickly to the inside of Ryan Little, as Evan Reddick's going to try to push the 8 ahead of the 15. Good battle right there between the Chevys and the Pontiacs. Pins to the high side. It looks like Annabella's going to come on the pit road. Yes, she will. And Ryan Little's going to lead some of the pack on the pit road. So, smart strategy right there from Ryan Little's crew chief, as they're going to try to get some fresh Hoosier tires on that 15 Pontiac. Car Guy is also on pit road. It looks like a couple other drivers on pit road, notably Galloway Jr. as well as Priscilla. So both PPI teammates are now on pit road. So smart strategy right here from PPI Motorsports to come in at the same time all the drivers. Here comes the leaders on the pit road. The 3 and the 8 are in. As looks like these drivers are going to get away to avoid getting lapped again. I mean, some of these drivers were lapped. There's Caleb Peppersman. There's Leslie Jacoby. There's the 32. As Maggie Jacoby's now on pit road. As you see some of the other guys away on pit road. Ooh, and Jimmy Johnson a little slow off his box, but he managed to stay ahead of Sebastian Galloway Jr. But he's going to trail Priscilla Perez in the 28. And Hiroshi is not happy at Pedro Sales. You can see right there, they're banging already as they come out of pit road. More contact maybe between the 53 and the 43. Looks like these two have some unsettled business after the championship last season, as here comes the 32. Liliana Storm's now on pit road. The 10 is away. As looks like the leader is going to be Ryan Little once again. But if he can get ahead of Hans, yes he will. Ryan Little back to the front here. Checking around the track. As there's Gianna right there trying to get help from her twin right there, but she's going to quickly ditch her and go to the inside. What a move by Priscilla. As the leaderboard is now shoveled, as everybody's managed to finish their pit cycles, Ryan Little comes out as the advantageous car over Pins, who will come back in second, and then Josh Neely in third, Evan Reddick in fourth, and Car Guy in the top 5. And then Chase Austin, Nicholas, Hiroshi Fujisaki, Caleb Peppersman, and Jeanette Prime will round out the top 10. You're gonna have to ask a team owner if you want to do that, Lance. You're gonna have to ask a team owner. Ryan Little showing the way once again here at Las Vegas. Undoubtedly, undisputedly, one of the most strongest cars. But Pins has caught up to the slow car right there, Annabella Alberti. As you see, they are closing in Ryan Little. Looks like Ryan Little has the advantageous pit stop, but it seems like he gets out of hand if he's by himself. Oh, and Gianna is not happy at her teammates. Where have I seen this before? As we will look back right here, as you see right there, look at that. Car Guy was able to clear Evan Reddick right there for 4th, as Chase also makes his way into the top 5, as he'll also pass the 7. Ooh, and the 71 just scrapes the outside wall. As we continue to look further back, there's Priscilla and Gianna right there. You see, there's a gap right there between the teammates. As Gianna trying to keep the 41 at bay. She knows the 41 is a lap car. And it's definitely not a good look if you get passed by a lap car, especially at a track like Las Vegas. Because they could easily get the run on you, right? And you see right here, Jimmie Johnson. And we got a caution! Caution is out! It's the 35 of Caleb Peppersman. Caution is out for the 3rd time today. That changes everything. Caleb Peppersman was leading early, but then she gets taken out. And let's go back here and see what happened to the 35 of Caleb Peppersman. So you see right here, we saw the 71 get into the wall, and then we swapped the camera down, but then she gets into Pedro Sales, and Sales just had enough and just turns Laura and then into the 35. Ooh, Pedro Sales just had enough. Ooh, and what an avoidance right there by Priscilla. That must have wet Priscilla's pants all right. She definitely must have got a little shocked from that. Yeah, I think so too, Car Guy, because, you know, he was not happy at the officials yesterday from the Theater Boy race. But now this changes everything. Ryan Little no longer has the advantage he has. He now has to deal with some guys behind him that could be stronger than him. And undoubtedly pins in the 3. He has been the strongest Chevy we have. Oh, and of course my chair has to... So it looks like Caleb Peppersman will not be able to go back-to-back, and she has taken her car to the garage, as the 19 will get the free pass. Oh yeah, Gianna, definitely tell me that. She's definitely undisputably one of the best, she's definitely undisputably one of the best drivers to avoid a wreck. Prove me wrong. No drivers went down pit road, as everybody did recently come down on the pit road, so there is no need to come down pit road. And now, here's the question. For this restart, what is Ryan Little going to do? He has the car to win this race, but can he hold on to it? That's the problem that most of these drivers face here on restarts, as we're going green this time. As the field, looks like the 19 is going to allow the rest of the drivers to go around, as she is going to get the free pass. As everybody else is going to go around the 19 and the 42, as they're going to drop to the back of at the tail end of the field. Oh, wow, Gianna, wow. How about that? And she definitely proved it here, and especially the same car that ERT uses. And I might have to keep the yellow out, because 19's being a dummy. Yep. Aria got held up, and she's a lead lap car. So we will remain under yellow, so hopefully we'll go green next time by. As the rest of the field goes around, you see Lucas warming up his tires right there as they have now got to their respectable place in the back, so that means we are all good to go. As we'll be going green this time. So now, the pressure is now on Ryan Little. Can he get the restart he needs? Or will he get trailed by the 3? We just see who's the 19? That's Annabella Alberti. As we are going green this time. So now, as we come back, we're coming back around to the backstretch as the guys will double up. And now comes the question, which side is going to get the better jump? We have saw how Pins was able to get the lead away when Nicholas had the lead. Definitely seems that Gianna is not happy at Annabella for holding up the 0-1. As here we go, Ryan Little on the inside, Pins on the outside. And I actually have heard from the Maverick E-Truck Series that one of our drivers, Aria, has managed to win the truck race at Rockingham. So we'd like to congratulate Aria for that win. As the pace car is in, it's on the 15 and the 3 to lead us to the green. And as we come back into the restart zone, green flag. Good restart for the 3 of Pins. But Ryan Little's going to fight back. Here comes Evan Reddick trying to make it 3 wide. But Joshua Neely immediately throws the block. Pins fighting on the high side. Ryan Little fighting on the bottom. Almost 3 wide of the back. As Priscilla basically gets payback from her sister right there. Oh, and the 92's in the wall. Oh, and we got a wreck. Big wreck in the back, and the caution is out again. And that has collected the 0-1. Oh, and the 10 is upside down on her roof. Oh, man. Kind of expected that since they were going a little aggressive there out of turn 4. Well, let's go back here and see what happened. So that all started with the 92 and the 28 on the wall here. So you see they're stuck on the wall here. And then you see Aria, she gets into the 28 and then spins the 6, and then Aria herself then gets turned by Desiree Hudson, as the 10 also collects Sebastian Galloway Jr., and then got into Shawnard, and then into the 24 as well, and then, yeah, there goes the 10. The 19's also in it, the 71 is in it. Tough break right here for especially the 28. Ryan Little will still hold on to the lead, though. But now some good drivers have now been taken out of the equation, like Nicholas and Priscilla. So I definitely do think, after this race, I think we might see a confrontation between Aria and Priscilla, especially since it looked like Aria did come up on Priscilla there. I have no idea what was the reasoning behind that, but that looked like that was not justified. So I definitely think the officials may call the 0-1 to the hauler post-race. So Aria may be called in for review. But now the 8 and the 3 have effectively swapped positions, so now the 8's going to be starting on the high side, while the 3's going to be starting on the bottom. Gianna, how did you jinx Priscilla? Oh my god. Why did you have to do that? Oh my god. Not surprised somebody gets jinxed. As we are going green this time, so Ryan Little still has the car to beat here at Las Vegas. We are going to be coming up to about 7 to go when we come back to the green. It'll be a 7-lap dash to determine the winner here at Las Vegas. And we definitely got some good drivers up here like Ryan Little, Joshua Neely, Pins, Evan Reddick, Car Guy. Yep, I think it's just you now for the Quality Motorsports team, Gianna, so you're effectively screwed. And here we go, Ryan Little on the inside, Joshua Neely on the outside. Pontiac versus Chevy. 2 Chevys line up behind them, and then we have a pair of Fords lined up behind them. And the pace car is in. It's on the 15 and the 8 to lead it to the green. 7 more laps to go here from Las Vegas. Green flag's back in the air. Equal jump from both Joshua Neely and Ryan Little. Here comes Pins immediately trying to make the move. Joshua Neely in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to fight, but Ryan Little with the edge here off of turn 2, as he's going to get help from the 3 of Pins. Car Guy jumps to the high side, and that's going to allow the 32 to come into the inside. Did the field just die again? Oh my god, the field just died again. And now here comes Jimmy Johnson to the inside of Jeanette Prime with help from Gianna Perez in the 4. 6 laps to go here from Las Vegas. Jimmy Johnson will take the position, but here comes Gianna immediately going to try to pass Jimmy Johnson on the inside. That is for 4th. 5 to go here from Las Vegas. Ryan Little still the leader. Oh, and Neely makes contact with his teammate! Contact between the teammates! That might have sealed it for Ryan Little. Gianna still battling with Jimmy Johnson for 4th. And she will clear the 60. Move, Jimmy. 4 to go here from Las Vegas. Ryan Little still the leader. Neely to the inside of his teammate. And looks like over on Radioactive, Car Guy is not happy with this car right now. And Gianna has caught up to the 3 and the 8. 3 laps to go here from Las Vegas. Ryan Little has a sizable gap between himself and Neely. That might have sealed the deal. Gianna was looking a little bit right there on Pins on the 3, looking on the high side, but decides to stick with Pins on the bottom. As we're caught up on 2 laps to go for Ryan Little. 2 more miles for the 15 of Ryan Little. No run yet from Gianna on Pins. Jimmy Johnson reeling in Gianna. This may come down to a fight for the final lap as we're coming to 3 and 4. Ryan Little, he's going to see the white flag. And here we go. White flag in the air. Final lap right here from Las Vegas. Next flag will end the race, yellow or checkered. Joshua Neely trying one more desperate attempt to get by Ryan Little. but no run from either the 8, the 3, or the 4. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time. And it's going to be PBI's first win. Ryan Little will win it here in the South Point 400. What a day. What a race for the 15 of Ryan Little. And after a rookie season filled with heartbreaks, Ryan Little finally gets it done, scoring his first career win here at Las Vegas. The race is now official. Ryan Little is your winner of the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Joshua Neely came so close to getting his second win of his career, but he will finish runner-up to Ryan Little. And as we take a look right here at your official standings, Ryan Little will come home with a win, and then Joshua Neely pins, Gianna Perez and Jimmy Johnson will round out the top 5. And then Hiroshi Vitashaki, Evan Reddick, Jeanette Prime, Chase Austin, and Alex Prime will round out the top 10. Looking at all you guys that finished on the lead lap, Desiree Hudson, Car Guy, Kiara Upston, Anna Sporks, Pedro Sales, Leslie Jacoby, Aria, Georgia Hart, Ryan Basilty, and Sean Ard will all finish on the lead lap. Looking at your cars that finished at least one lap down, Annabella Alberti, Lucas Sales, Evelyn Mason, and Liana Storm. And here are all your DNFs from this race. OBJ, Sebastian Galway Jr., Priscilla, Maddie, Katana, Laura, Kayla, Voiles, Indiana, Outlaw, Noah, Ollie, Mark, Ryan Moffitt, Light, Takumi Fujiwara, Anna Jackson Storm will all finish out of this race. But that is going to do it right here for the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Ryan Little and PPI Motorsports for their first win of the season. And now we got team owner Ryan Little up. We got team owner Sebastian Galway Jr. up here. Hey, man, how's it going?
It's going great. I'm freaking happy. I can't believe he was finally able to do something amazing. He came to me when he had nobody else to really go to. I gave him an opportunity, and I'm so proud that he took advantage of it, getting us a win here. An amazing moment for this team, and hopefully some great things more come to the future.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I definitely think this will definitely be good for you and PPI Motorsports, as Ryan Little is now effectively into the playoffs.
Yep, and I'm going to talk with him and tell him how proud I am with him, how much I am grateful that he decided to join up with me when he got kicked out basically his old team, and I couldn't be more happy with how he's been able to perform, and I hope that this isn't just a sign of what is to come for this team, and for hopefully for both Red Bull and PPI for both series.
Yeah, thank you, Sebastian, and we will see you next week,
All right, thank you.
All right, as that will effectively do it right here for the South Point 400 here at Las Vegas. As right here on Perez Sports Network, don't go anywhere just yet on Perez Sports Network. As later at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, it will be the ERT Hankook E-Cup Series, as they will be racing at Rockingham. Oh no, that's practice. Sorry, my bad there. Guys, don't stick around right here on Perez Sports Network. As at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, tune in right here on the Perez Sports Network channel, as it will be the Carolina Dodge Dealers 200 for the ERT Hankook E-Cup Series, live from Rockingham Speedway. But if you're still sticking around for Six Flags NR Racing, don't go anywhere, as next week, both the Six Flags Cup Series and the Cedar Point Pro Series will be heading back to the East Coast, to the state of Georgia, as we will head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I'm not calling it Echo Park because that name sucks. As the Cup Series will go to Atlanta for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, and Cedar Point will go to Atlanta right here for the Bluebird School Bus 200. But until then,